All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Couch. I'm an independent promoter with the company Prove It. And welcome to day 20 of our 90-day Rhino Run. I am either fighting allergies or a sickness or something. And so I'm going to try to bring the energy. But if you guys give that back to me, that would be awesome to help me get through this today. So our topic today is going to be, and this is Nick, my husband.
I'm also an independent promoter with the amazing company Prove It. But no, let's talk reboot. Let's get this going. We got lots of content.
All right, so we're going to talk about reboot, but not necessarily what's in the reboot, how you can reboot your business by using the reboot kit and this awesome tool that Prove It has provided for us to really double launch our businesses here each month. Okay, so first we're going to start with recognition. We want to make sure that, I know we've talked a lot about social media lately. We want to start by, hold on, we're going to mute everyone out here. We want to start by recognizing also people that are doing things in person. So if you drop in the comments, if you have had a keto life party recently, I know Kara rocks those. Stacy's been rocking those. Missy had one last night. The Chambersburg team had one last night.
In Chambersburg. I might miss somebody, so don't take offense, but we had Eva, we had Tony, we had Jess, we had Shiley. Christy Jones was there.
And happy birthday,
yes,
Christy
happy
Jones.
Birthday, Christy Jones. There was a bunch of people there. It's awesome to see the team show up. Last night's keto life party in Chambersburg was phenomenal. So, guys, showing up is huge. And Anne-Marie showed up, and she was saying how she got this new blender bottle, and she can't wait to get a Prove It one. And because she showed up, I gave her an awesome green keto blender bottle. So sometimes you just have to show up. You don't know what you're going to get. What's up, Jim Whitmer?
Okay, for gratitude today, we are going to, I want you to take your phone. We're going to do 1 minute because we want to hop into this reboot. Take your phone, text someone that you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be a prover. It can be in your team. It doesn't matter why you're grateful. Like, tell them something super kind. It'll make their day. So we'll just take a minute.
It'll make your day too.
I'm sorry. My tissue. Okay, good. Here's what I want to know first. Who is coming to the All About Better event we're having here in Harrisburg on August 24th? If I can just give, and that's not our topic today, but literally, if you know my story, I was not all in really when Nick not all in at all, when Nick started this. And how it happened was I went to a local event in Virginia, and then I went to a big event in San Diego, and that's what launched my mindset and got me going enough to go. So here is our local event, and then we're going to go to Hacking Better in October. And you know how that could change the life of your team, of you and the people that you're helping. It's huge. So this one is literally down the street in Harrisburg, so let's get everyone there that we can. So,
and on top of that, the reasons you want to get there. So, let's think about these keto life parties. Those are events. Hacking Better is an event. Keto Academy More is an event. Epic's an event. Everything's event to event to event. So those little itty-bitty keto life parties that you've been having, then you go to the slightly larger group get-together at the Hacking or the All About Better workshop we're doing in Harrisburg. Jessica Smart's flying in from Utah. Josie from Central PA is bringing a bunch of people. We're going to bring a bunch of people. But like Kelly said, what launched her into this business, into ketones, was her belief. So bring it out. Hearing the stories is going to raise the belief. And then that's where you can tie them into more events.
Okay, so who is doing the Reboot Sunday? Big show of hands. We're excited about the new kit. They knew, we knew. We didn't really my kids loved the calm, but a lot of people didn't. They took it out. I've been hearing amazing things about this new Reboot kit. We want to give you ways. We want to give the whole point of this reboot, not the whole point. Like, it's awesome. It flushes out our cells. It resets our metabolism, digestion. We all know the physical, actual benefits of it. But what can it do in your business? What it can do in your business is you want to give people ways to enter our community with minimal resistance, right? So a lot of times when you're trying to share ketones, people are like, I don't want to do the diet. I don't want to do the lifestyle. I don't want to do the drink. They want this quick fix. They want anything. But what this does is people who are like not really engaged for the next 90 days or a life, like we're like, you got to drink keto for life. They'll do 60 hours. You know, they just had a beach trip. They just had ice cream. They've had a whole summer of eating bad with their kids. They had their favorite meal at a barbecue. They had whatever. they're ready for a 60-hour get it all back together time. Okay. That's a different crew we can be reaching out to here. So, what it does is it gives max results at a minimal cost, and it gets them into our community. Are you kidding? Like, we share ketones with people, and then we bring them around our local community, and that's all we're trying to do. That's where we want to get them. With this reboot, they're instantly in a group of, I think, 80,000 people now? 80,000 people. And gets them running on fat for fuel with max support. Like, it's like putting in, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like shrink wrapping this and putting it all in a nice little box and giving it to people. That's what we want to show them. There's support. They can run on fat for fuel. It's all in 60 hours. So what can you do personally to move more reboot kits? I think a lot of times we see before and afters. Maybe that's what even drew you in. But I think we have to be less fixated on the numbers and more emotionally connected. And I know that can feel a little scary to get vulnerable, especially if you're doing it on social media, but we want people to jump in because of how you feel, and then they want to feel that way too. So I can show my before and after picture, and it's going to stop people's scroll, right? They're like, oh, wow, 60 hours. But then they're like, get in their own head. Like, what happens after the 60 hours? Do I blow right back up? I don't know if I can do this, right? But if I'm in there like, in the past, I craved this and that and the other, and I couldn't even get it back together, and it's been a summer, whatever your thing is emotionally, they want to feel that. They want to feel good. So I think, this reboot, you have to remember, this was brought to us as a business building tool. Last week, we talked about getting organized somehow, right? Or maybe it was earlier this week, like get a piece of paper, get the notebook thing in your phone, however you need to get organized, and you want to start making a list. So when you do the reboot and you show up with intention about it on social media, all these things that we've been building on and talking about, anyone that is liking, commenting, engaging, that should go on your list. So if you make a reboot post, even if no one comments, but you get 30 likes, that's 30 more people that are now like, hey, that looks cool. Hey, I don't know what she's doing, but I'm going to watch. Maybe I want to see these posts come up more often. And then when the sale hits, it doesn't have to just be reboot. Then when the sale hits or the reboots go on the site again, message them, because they've sort of, like, even if they just liked it because they like you, they liked one of your keto posts. So you could say, hey, I know, here's some language. I gave this language yesterday. I know this is kind of off from what we were talking about, but we have this sale today that's $90 for 20 ketones, So I think you need to be keeping this constant list running so that when you sit down to take action, you're not like, okay, I'm here now. Who do I message? Like, what do I even do, right? Bigger picture. We have to be thinking bigger picture, and the reboot opens the door to so much more. Your intent, here's the next thing. Your intent going into this reboot will make things better when they do hit the site the next time, right? So I think sometimes the first gets here and we're like, how do I sell more reboot kits? Because it's on the site on the first. Imagine, let's rewind it here. You're intentional when you do the reboot kit this Sunday. You're taking pictures. You're, that journaling you're doing on your page, turn that into your stories, turn that into your post. That's how you're going to engage so that you have this list running and you have all of this momentum going into when they actually hit the site. And I know some of you are going to say, well, I didn't get the kit. I'm sorry, I'm sick, but I didn't get the kit, or I'm not gonna do it this Sunday. I would encourage you to do it even if you don't have a kit. If you want a kit, you can get it from someone. If you don't have a kit, take 3 ketones a day, take some electrolytes, and you can still participate in all of this. And, that's what we're about here, right? Figuring out the workaround. How can we work around any issues we have, right? So what you can say, a bunch of my friends are doing this assisted keto cleanse. I'm kicking myself for not grabbing a kit, but I'm going to do it anyhow. I'm committed to this 3-day thing. Play along, note what it's like now, bigger picture, future picture. You do it with 3 ketones a day now, and then the next time you're like, oh, last time I did it with 3 ketones. This is how I felt. This month, guess what I got, you guys, on social media, right? We're thinking bigger picture, okay? So we always are taking the next step. My nose is really running. We always are thinking next step and taking, like, next step thinking. So do you want, I could keep going, but do you have anything you want to throw in there?
Yeah, the big thing, like, from the business growth standpoint, like, it's not, it's the first of the month, keto reboot. I'm going to go scramble and try and do it. It's what you've been doing for the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. Have you been consistently sharing, posting? That's going to be, like Kelly said, your pipeline of people that you want to reach out to. Do you have an organized list? I call it my FU list, my follow-up list of people that have talked to me about ketones, like keto posts, tried ketones. So make sure that it's not that, oh, I didn't have a successful month this month on the reboot because, like, what was your action like? And think about it. Like, we get to the end of the month, maybe we have a goal of 20,000 volume a month. So we get to the last couple of days and we're 18,000. Then we're like frantically running around. Well, imagine if you would have started the first 5 days of your month focused on the reboot, you would have made up for that lost ground. It starts your month off strong. And then, like we said, we have the community, we have the corporate group for the reboot with tens of thousands of people that are accountability, and like it's letting them see the excited Prove It community, the inspirational Prove It community. So
it's like the gateway drug for a lot of people.
Yeah,
like, oh, you like that community for 60 hours. Imagine this Facebook group where we got a local group over here, Eat, Drink, and Be Keto.
And then like right now, I literally just stuck a shipping label on a reboot kit. She paid $24 to overnight it to Seattle, Washington. She did the reboot last month. Her and her husband, she felt amazing. And then she's like, I'm not sure if I want to do it. I'm not sure if I want to do it. And then like the last hour there on the site, she couldn't figure it out. She couldn't figure it out. She messaged me. She's like, I'm doing it. I was like, well, we're going to have to overnight ship it if you're going to get it in time. She's like, how much? $24. Shit. Let's go. Let's do this. People are excited about reboot, especially this new kit. Like the results are phenomenal. So whether you sell them on the site or you pick up extra ones that are floating around locally and ship them priority express, whatever, like just get reboot kits in people's hands.
Okay, we want to give you some practical ways to start drumming up interest now. So we just talked about next step ahead thinking. I feel personally like you should start talking about it now. If you're going to do it Sunday, if you start talking about it Sunday, to me it feels more salesy. It's good. If you don't do it this weekend, then start Sunday for sure. Don't stop because I said it feels salesy. Like still engage and share your journey. But kits are showing up, right? They're showing up. We got ours. I don't even know when. It comes in the mail. You're excited about it. Why are you excited? Like, have you been eating non-keto meals all summer? Did you just go to a barbecue? You're eating on the go. You know, in the past, you had an unhealthy relationship with food and you want to gain control. Like, why are you excited to do this reboot kit when it shows up in the mail? Find your emotional reason for doing it and share it online. I won't know what that is for you, but, you know, figure it out and start to share. Like, why did you want to start keto in the beginning? It's probably a lot of the same reasons, but this is going to kickstart you back into, you know, your why. So start sharing that online. I would do, you can do before and afters. I don't think that that's bad. There's tons floating around. If you need the link to where you can find a lot of those, I can send that to you. But I think, you know, they'll stop a scroll, but they don't tie people in. What you need to do, and I would put them, if you're going to do before and afters, put them in your stories, because Facebook and algorithms, they're not going to show a lot of those to people. So use this weekend to tease about why you're excited. I'm so excited. You know, we're making our favorite meal tonight because we start the Reboot Sunday. Like a lot of us are going to Kara's on tomorrow. Like I'm going to have a few extra whatever at Kara's on Saturday because tomorrow I get to start the reboot and kick back my whatever. You know, whatever you're doing this weekend, like share that so that your before and afters aren't just white noise that clog up people's stories and you know, you have to back it up. You got to back it up with the emotion behind why. You know, another thing you can do, message each other. Like, hey, girl, like I could message Kara, like, hey, girl, I'm so excited. You know, we're about to get started. Why are you excited? And she writes back, and then we screenshot it, and we cross out our names, and we put it in our stories. That's an amazing idea. Like, be real. Like, why are you really excited? But that's a good tool you can put in there, too. So,
yeah. I need to type back.
So I think you can also say, like, when you screenshot, and it's just my notes off the side, that's why. If you're like screenshotting it and you're putting it in your stories and you're look at my friend, she looks great, but you know what's better? How she feels. How she feels every time she does the reboot, right? Before and afters. Let's put a little bit more thought into those posts. Another thing you can do is be posting testimonials. If you have coached people through this, you know, look at Jenny, she broke a plateau. Look at James, he's sleeping better. Look at, can you stop pushing my notes over? Look at so-and-so, they crush their cravings. Take screenshots of those and post those. People want to know. They can find pictures anywhere. They want to know why you're doing this. Another thing, If you guys haven't seen, you have your own, you know how you have your own Experience Keto site, you have different sites, you also have your own Reboot site. So if you're wondering about language to post around it, you're like, I'm not eating for 60 days. Like, what are the benefits? What is everything
60
else?
days?
60 days, yeah. I'm going for it. No, for 60 hours, you can put your referral code .proveitnow.com/keto reboot. There's videos on there. They can opt in to be notified when the next one becomes available. All that good language, like reset your metabolism, protect your lean muscle mass. Like, it's great language to talk about when I'm like, hey, look at my husband Nick. Like, who would have thought he could not go 60 hours? Who could go 60 hours without eating and not be super crabby? Like, jury's still out on that. No. But seriously, you know, you like the language that you need to start sharing this. Like, be yourself, be funny, show up there, you know. The last thing I want to talk about, I can't see the timer, but
19.
Live interviews with people during and after are always great too. But prepare for those, right? Stay compliant. Make sure that you are sharing the emotion, not just like, hey, I got on the scale, it was 5 pounds down. What's your first reaction when I say that? Like, oh, it's water weight, right? Like, everyone says that. But if you're like, man, mentally before, I didn't know if I could do it. When I woke up Wednesday morning and I had just crushed 60 hours without eating, I felt like I could go 72 hours. Like, that's a mental shift that most people don't think they can make. But when they get it and do it, like, I have goosebumps when I talk about, like, it's not even a real person. I'm just like sharing things we've heard. But like, that's exciting stuff when you can make that shift mentally for yourself, but for other people, and walk them through that. So I'll give the call to action, and then I'll let you hop in if you have anything else, and then we can shut it down. A call to action. I want you guys to be super intentional this weekend. 2 focuses. 1, determine how you're going to share this through the weekend with emotion, and be ready beforehand. Get your notebook ready. Get whatever organizational system you decided to use. We don't have a technical system. It's a literal notebook. But like, whatever you're going to use, be ready with that. So when people show interest, you've got that there. You're writing down all these names. I think you'll be surprised how many names you actually write. Like, if you get, you know, maybe you're here in social media. So don't judge, like, Kara got 80 likes and had 80 names, or, you know, Nick had 1. Like, you're on different journeys, but those are still interest. That's still drumming up all that. So write those names down, and, you know, you'll forget the names. You'll be surprised. You think now, you'll never forget. You'll forget them. So then when it comes to the sale, what can you do? You can go right into the 10-day conversation for now. And then when reboots go on site, you can talk to them about that too.
Yeah, the reboot is a powerful tool. 1, physically, like the results that people get, and 2, it's an amazing building tool because it's month to month to month to month. And the reboot kit obviously proves it's investing time, money, research, and like listening to feedback. Like we said, the old reboot kit, people didn't like some things about it. So we have a new re-engineered reboot kit. So stay patient, stay plugged in, because as the reboot kit gets better, as the reboot community gets bigger, as the keto conversation continues to grow, you're going to be capturing that. So just because maybe this month wasn't your best reboot month doesn't mean that next month can't be better. Doesn't mean that next month can't be better. It's consistency and being vulnerable, like showing you're authentic. Like, this is what reboot's done for me. Like,
even if you quit the reboot the last 4 times, like, you can say that, like, hey, I haven't done the best in the past, but this time I'm 40 committed.
Hours, I'm doing 60. Yeah. People want to hear like the bad stuff. Like, I didn't make it. Like, just be honest. Yeah, that's all I got. So let's crush the reboot. Let's get more and more and more and more people joining us for the reboot. They don't have to be a current keto drinker. Some people start on the reboot. It's a great segue into the keto conversation. So that's all I got. We will see you guys tomorrow, Saturday. So tomorrow will be a special training with a special guest. I've got to figure out. I've got a couple people on the fence who we're going to pick, what the topic's going to be. But guys, those are always amazing. I hope you're implementing the things from the Share Saturday. I know Kelly is, and she's having great results. So that's all we got. We'll see you guys.